Westview High School on the map officially in Class 2A.
And the Westview Warriors go to 25-3 on the year. Troy Neely wins his second state championship.
Hostetler.
Oh, tough move by Scott Hostetler. Bounce pass to Rensberger. And he puts it in off the glass. Now he'll pump it up from the left side and hit.
We'll get the scrap. That's trouble when you find Yoder that wide open.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to exciting Westview Warrior basketball at LaGuanamedia.com. This is Jerry Hostetler along with Jamie Miller, and tonight we're coming to you from Garrett High School in Garrett, Indiana, where it'll be the Garrett Railroaders playing host to our Westview Warriors. Garrett comes in struggling 2-12 on the year overall and 1-4 in the Northeast Corner Conference. Westview is 10-3 after their big conference win on the road at Fairfield last night, and they improved their conference record to 5-1. Both teams, last week Eastside defeated Garrett in the NECC consolation game by a score of 45-31, and as I mentioned, Westview, of course, coming off a win last night against Fairfield, 74-58 over in their gym. So it'll be Garrett and Westview doing battle here on the Garrett hardwood. And Jamie and I will be back with more. In fact, we'll get right into Jamie's keys to the game right after this 30-second timeout.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
Back at Garrett High School. Tonight's game is brought to you by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka, featuring nightly specials and a delicious buffet. Hyde Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. Also by Topeka Do-It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. By Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Also by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Dale is the right man for the job. By Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Their passion is protecting yours. By Jerry Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. And also by Lake City Bank with over 50 branches in northern and central Indiana. And by Topeka Clinic, introducing Yana Schenkel, certified nurse midwife, now accepting appointments. And our halftime show and gold sponsor this season is Weaver Furniture Sales, south of US 20 on County Road 075 North in Shipshewana. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Dan and Dawn Byler, Jim and Liz Stump, and Oscar and Sophia Hostetler. Jamie, right back at it tonight with a conference game here at Garrett. Garrett's struggling. Of course, Westview's on a little bit of a roll here. But what are the keys to tonight's game?
Well, I think, Garrett doesn't have a great record, but they do have good athletes. And one thing they like to do really well is drive the middle. They like to go one-on-one a lot and drive the middle, and if you stop them, then they kick it out to their shooters. So we need to stop middle penetration without fouling and make them take a tough shot over us. Number two, last night we saw kind of the both ends of this, and that's ball movement and spacing. Sometimes our ball movement was good, but we were so close together it didn't do us much good. And other times we were spaced out and held onto the ball. So if we can combine the two good parts of that, we should end up with a lot of easy shots tonight. Garrett has given up 62 points a game and scoring 45 points a game. So they have some ability offensively. It seems like they struggle a little bit defensively, but they do have some good height in there, so we can't just stroll in and take the first shot we get. Number three, bring the energy. It was an emotional, hard-fought game last night. You turn around just a few hours later and take a long road trip, and do you come out with the same intensity and the same passion that you had last night with a smaller crowd? And the players know Garrett's won 2 games. It's no secret.
Yeah.
But you can just tell by the scouting report kind of the emphasis that the coach puts on the game sometimes. And certainly the emphasis is always the same: go play your best and win. But as far as concern for other players, Garrett doesn't have maybe quite the weapons that Fairfield had, but we're still have to play well. Coach always had a saying that when your intensity drops a little bit, the level of your play drops way off.
Right.
So
it doesn't take much.
We can't come out flat at all. We need to come out fired up and raring to go.
So what do you do, like after a game like that last night? It was a foggy night getting home. I'm sure the kids didn't get back till late. You bring them out in the morning and do a walkthrough on Garrett later on in the morning?
Yeah, they go in. They usually go in on Saturdays at 11. And most of the time it's just watching film, getting a scouting report. If there's something in particular we want to work on to defend, we'll go out and do a walkthrough. And then it's generally just shooting. You certainly don't want to run them or, expend much energy.
Right.
Because, you're getting into that part of the season where it's starting to wear a little bit. You've started at the beginning of November, so you've been in it almost 3 months. And it just... Yeah, that's what they do. You do your preparation Monday through Thursday for a Friday, Saturday doubleheader. Really Monday through Wednesday. Kind of a light practice generally on Thursday. I think somebody in my household might have mentioned something about an extreme amount of running on Wednesday. But that's where at this point in the season, the practices start becoming a little bit shorter. The guys have settled into their roles. We're not inexperienced anymore, and so just adjust to the new, opponent, tweak some things, work on some things where we need to get better at, and go from there. Like next weekend, literally one side of the state to the other within 12 hours.
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to have to catch we'll have to get up Saturday morning to catch the red eye out of Shipsy International to Cary Airport.
Yeah, can we take the what's that train that takes off out of South Bend?
Oh yeah, the South Shore.
The South Shore, yeah.
Drop us off.
So have you found out yet if that starts at 1 or at 3?
I should have before tonight's game, but I was looking for Darlene to see if she was here, but I could have asked other people as far as that goes, but then it kind of slipped my mind. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly. So
okay.
we'll post
either way, it's
information.
an unusual start time. So it'll be an interesting time to get over there and play somebody some place I don't know we've ever played, at least not recent history.
Not there. No.
Not there.
Yeah, they came over here twice last year, but they had some, I think, mechanical problems with their gym or a leak or something that prevented us from having the game over there last year. But so it'll be interesting. Good experience for the kids. And
well, I might ask you the same. How do you recover on a back-to-back night?
It's tough.
I mean, ice the voice when you get home, and
I got here tonight. I just kind of got set up and went down and got something to eat, and I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden the JV game's over.
It was a very quickly played game. It ended at what, 6:50?
Yes, 10 till 7.
Yeah, which, you know, it starts at 6. That's 28 minutes of action in 50 minutes, including a 10-minute halftime.
Right, and there were quite a few whistles, I thought, in that JV game, but
yeah, the JV, do you see what the final score was?
No, Dan would probably know.
Westview won comfortably.
Yeah, they did.
We were ahead. I think it was in a something. Yeah, we was in the 12-14 point range. Yeah, Dan was just saying it was 51-37, something like that. It was in the 12 to 14 point range, but like I said, it ended so quick and they cleared the scoreboard so quick. It's like, whoa, hey.
Yeah.
So we a little different than the way the varsity game ended last night with all those fouls in the last quarter. So,
oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's a little tough, especially when I do a double header the night before. But you know, this time of the season, it's kind of like the guys. My voice gets in shape, but their legs get in shape, and so on. But yeah, it's
it's a pretty good crowd tonight. You know, I don't know what Garrett's typical attendance is. I don't keep track of that, but we got a pretty good crowd here, considering it's what, 50 minutes away for most people, and it's a dark, snowy night.
It was, yeah.
So pretty good crowd here, and we'll have live video for you soon.
Yes,
so,
not tonight, but
not tonight. But
hopefully next week.
The Fairfield game may be uploaded by the end of this game, though. So if you'd want to rewatch that one and see the excitement that went on in that game, that would you could watch that after this one's over. So we'll try to remember we're on audio only and describe the game a little better than just watching the screen.
We'll be back with more. We're about 5.5 minutes away from the tip-off for tonight's game here at Garrett. Westview and Garrett doing battle. We'll be back right after this 60-second timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204. And we're back at Garrett High School. Jerry Hostetler with Jamie Miller tonight, being entertained by the Garrett Pep Band.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to see pep bands. That's 2 in a row. Tonight we can actually hear through our headphones.
Yeah, we can.
Last night was almost impossible. They had that huge band in the corner, just echoing everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
And the crowd was pretty loud last night. Small gym, good atmosphere for basketball over at Fairfield. This is a beautiful gym. It's nice and large. Of course, Garrett, a 3A school.
I think don't they hold some sectionals here, or they used to?
They used to, yeah.
Because of the size of it, they don't have the top level out now, but it could.
You know, I'm not sure now that they're in 3A. I'm not sure whether maybe they do have a sectional here. I haven't checked that, but yeah, it's a nice gym. Big seating capacity. I don't see it listed. Sometimes they have them listed on the wall, but might be on my score sheet here, I think. It is, let's see, Westview's is 3,320, and Garrett's is 4,050.
I thought it looked bigger if you pull out those upper bleachers, so this is a good-sized gym. So some of Garrett's players to look out for tonight. Their leading scorer on the year is 6'5" senior Jaden Is it Broadnax?
Broadnax, yeah, I remember him from last year.
Yes, when I saw his picture, I remembered him as well. So he's very aggressive one-on-one. Likes to go from the top of the key. The key to stopping him is congest the middle. A lot of guys are really good driving straight line, but they don't change directions real well in traffic. And so we want to do that. Another starter they have is number 12, Bailey. Garrett Bailey. He's a 6'3" senior, and he is, again, a lot of one-on-one players. Some of their other starters is a 6'4" sophomore, Jackson Gould. I'm not sure exactly how you say that. Number 22 is a junior, so they start 2 seniors, a sophomore, and 2 juniors. So pretty good balance across the classes there. But Blake Ratcliffe, a 5'11" junior, is going to be starting, and Trevor Armstrong, a 5'10" junior, will be starting as well. So we don't have a lot of information on them, but their primary scorers are Broadnax and Bailey. On the even. When you're only averaging 45 points a game, you're probably not going to have a lot of offensive guys that stand out. But we'll see tonight. You know, when you play Westview, teams tend to elevate their games a little bit.
They do.
You get a bigger crowd, and just get ready.
Broadnax likes to shoot from 3-point range too. He's not bashful outside. If he gets out there, he's hit 18 threes this year. 18 out of 65 for 28% from 3-point range.
Okay.
So their leading 3-point shooter, with the exception of this Christian Hess, who's only a sophomore, he's 1 for 1. But out of the regular players, the Armstrong that you mentioned, shooting 44% from 3-point range. And Ratcliffe is 27%. Broadnax, as I mentioned, 28%. So 2-12 Garrett against 10-3 Westview. Referees have all arrived. When the kids first started warming up, I don't think we had any referees out on the hardwood.
No, they didn't show up till about 6 minutes into warm-ups, I believe.
We're getting a kind of an early start here tonight. Usually the tip-off isn't until around 7:30, so we're about 15 minutes ahead of time. The third official just arrived just a few minutes ago, but we're all set.
Oh, that's Dan, that third referee that showed up. He's out of Fort Wayne. Forget his last name right now. Is it Dan?
He does a lot of our games. I'm pretty sure it's Dan, yeah, but I can't think of his last name.
Yeah, he's done a lot of them, so good experience out there.
So we're awaiting the playing of our national anthem tonight. And they'll have an announcement first.
Is this the sportsmanship announcement?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yep. So once again, we apologize for not being able to bring you live video here tonight, but we will have the tape delay or delayed video, so you will be able to watch the game hopefully by Monday, if not before. So
yeah, we couldn't upload the Fairfield game last night. The internet in that place was it was swamped or slow or something. So
they warned us of that. So but we'll pause now for our national anthem to be played by the Garrett Pep Band. I think, maybe not.
Whose broad stripes and the bright stars
Very talented singer here, a student at Garrett High School, sang our national anthem here tonight.
Could be the next Carrie Underwood.
There you go. It sounded kind of like her. So Westview and Garrett will be introduced here. And as they come out, we'll just follow along.
Yeah. Garrett's coach is in his third year, Brian Leverins.
We would like to welcome the Warriors of Westview High School.
He has a 8-52 record.
For Westview.
I was going to try to avoid saying that, but it's the truth.
I guess I wouldn't have had to say it.
Well, it's tough to tell. You know, in some programs, you look at a record like that, and it's just the cards you're dealt sometimes. It's not the coaching.
That's true. Charlie Yoder, Blake Egley, Lyndon Miller, Drew Litweiler for the Warriors. And rounding out the starting lineup will be Luke Miller for the Westview Warriors. Garrett, as they'll dim the lights again, as they did last night over at Fairfield, to introduce the Railroaders. And you can hear
this is quite a production.
Yeah, it is. You got the train bell. They'll probably sound the train horn here a little bit. There it comes. First out is Jason Bailey, a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 4.5 points per game. Where's number 3? Next out for Garrett is number 5. He's Blake Ratcliffe, a 5'11 junior, averaging 2.4 points per game. Also Jarrett Bailey, a 6'3 senior, averaging 11.2 points per game. And Jaden Brodnax, their leading scorer, 6'5 senior, 17.8 points per game for Brodnax. And Jackson Gould, the 6'4 sophomore, averaging 2.5 points per game. Where's number 55? As they bring the lights back up at Garrett High School, and we're ready to go. Charlie Yoder will be jumping center court with Jaden Brodnax. You can hear Dan whistling in the background as we begin this ball game. The referee has in the past wait for Dan to get done whistling, and then they'll be ready to go. Tip is controlled by Garrett. Jaden Brodnax has it. He'll take it left side, give off to Jarrett Bailey. Now right back to Brodnax. Drives to the baseline, then back to Bailey, and his shot's an air ball, rebounded by Charlie Yoder, and back come the Warriors. Charlie goes corner left side to Blake Egley, right back to Charlie on the wing. Gets a pick from Luke Miller, takes it right side on the pass now to Lyndon Miller. Bounce pass to Drew Litweiler. He'll swing it around to Luke now on the left side, has it knocked away from behind. The pass ahead goes to Ratcliffe, and he lays it in. So Garrett with the early lead on the steal. Charlie, top of the key, goes left side to Egley. Back out front, it'll come to Charlie. Takes it to the free throw line. Gives it to Lyndon Miller, now to Blake on the right side, and it's stolen again. This time by Jackson Gould. The right side pass comes to Jason Bailey. Takes it down on the baseline. Good defense by Blake Egley on the right side. Then it's through the hands of the pass attempt over to Blake Ratcliffe. And out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover on Garrett. Two early steals by Garrett. That one they couldn't cash in on. Westview will try to get into the scorebook here. Drew Litweiler goes right side to Egley. Now deep on the baseline to Yoder. Right back to Egley. Between the circles to Drew. They'll swing it around left side to Luke Miller. Crossing the lane was Charlie Yoder, and he puts up the shot off the pass from Luke, and he's fouled.
Foul, 55, Jackson Gould.
Jackson Gould picks up the first foul of the evening, and that will send Charlie Yoder to the stripe, shooting 2. First one is good.
And for Garrett, number 20, Kale Bachman.
Charlie's shooting right around 78% from the free throw line this year. And he hits them both. So Westview ties it at 2. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Broadnecks goes left side to Jason Bailey. Bailey out front, it'll go to Cale Ballman. Now to Broadnecks. Now to Blake Ratcliffe between the circles. He'll go left side to Jarrett Bailey. Out front, it'll go to Ballman. They'll swing it around right side to Jason Bailey. He drives the baseline, puts up a runner, no good. Good rebound by Drew Litweiler. He'll bring it up. Goes left side on the pass to Charlie Yoder. Now on the baseline, Drew Litweiler tried a reverse layup, and he gets fouled. So Drew will go to the free throw line shooting 2.
I was looking at some of Garrett's past records. John Bodie, who you may know is the Central Noble coach right now, was here for 7 years prior to this coach. And his career record here was 68 and 82. And they did win sectional in 09. I remember back in I think it was 08, 09. They had a really good team with a lot of height and athleticism, and they were tough to guard. So it's been a little while since those glory days, but they come out here, got a couple quick turnovers, and they're obviously still in the game.
Drew Litweiler hit 1 out of 2 of his free throws. Now Garrett with the basketball. Trevor Armstrong has come in. And now he'll get it over to Jason Bailey left side. Back out front will come to Ballman. Ballman takes it left side on the wing and then passes it to Jason Bailey. Bailey being guarded by Charlie Yoder. Charlie tips it away, but it's last touch by Charlie. It goes into the Garrett cheerleaders across the way from us, and Garrett will be inbounding from that position.
Garrett tries to run a lot of isolation. You can see they do a lot of dribbling until they try to find the matchup they want. For example, they've tried to isolate Blake in the post since they have a height advantage there a few times. But
ball stolen away. Grabbed by Lyndon Miller, down to Luke. He can't get the layup to go in, but Charlie right behind him puts it in. The first field goal of the game for the Warriors.
Not
5
sure
to
about
2.
the
Ball stolen away. This time it's Lyndon. Takes it up and got the layup.
Well, Luke and Lyndon doing what they did last night, getting their hands on a lot of passes and stripping the dribble. And I think their quickness in the short area really surprises folks. They, you know, they're average size, their average height, but they just have a knack for flicking that ball out of there.
They're quick and they're very strong.
Yeah.
We have a timeout on the court as Garrett calls a 30-second timeout to try to get things together as Westview has built a 7-2 lead. 4:51 to go in the first quarter.
I think one of my first memories of Luke and Lyndon is when they were playing in 8th grade. I was coaching them, and there was some kind of collision. I think they hit each other, and it might have been head to head.
Ooh.
And both of them just kind of brushed it off and walked away. Most people would have been on a stretcher.
That's probably happened quite a few times, maybe at home in the barn or something.
Yeah, they just kind of have that natural toughness, and that is so valuable in basketball.
Jarrett Bailey with it now as we resume action after the timeout. He gets it to Broadnecks underneath. He'll put it up, miss the shot, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Westview. It'll stay in the hands of Garrett.
And I think Garrett, during that timeout, tried to design something for Broadnecks to get at least a shot, so successful there.
They had him under the basket, deep down on the baseline at least. Pass comes into Jason Bailey. 2 Baileys in the lineup for Garrett, Jason, and Jarrett. Cale Bauman drives it, gives off right side to Ratcliffe. His three's no good. Shots up, knocked away. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cale Ballman, and it'll be Westview basketball.
There you see Garrett's style of offense. Drive down the middle. If we stop the drive, then they kick it out to the wing and shoot a 3. Just didn't execute the shot that time.
Lyndon Miller deep in the corner, right side, drives the baseline, puts it up strong. Broadneck's got a piece of it, and he comes down with a rebound. He'll take it all the way down. Now we have a reach-in foul. It's going to be called on Luke Miller. That'll be the first team foul on Westview. And Garrett will inbound. Inbounding, the inbound pass comes into Jason Bailey. He's covered up by Charlie Yoder. Bounce pass right side goes to Jarrett Bailey. Back out front now to come to Jason Bailey. He'll drive the baseline. Looks inside, now all the way over into the left corner. The pass goes to Cale Bauman.
You can see Garrett struggles a little bit with the dribble if they're closely guarded. Don't have anybody that can really break him down.
Bauman. He'll get it to Broadnex, who's come way outside now. Luke Miller on him. We're in a straight man-to-man, looks like, right?
Yes. I know we planned on maybe switching some defenses up a little bit tonight, but I think as long as this is working, we'll probably stay here.
Jason Bailey tries to drive on Charlie, stops up short, and then gives it back out front to Jarrett Bailey. He'll put it on the floor, drives to the basket, puts it up off the glass, and good.
Well, that was really good defense, but Garrett was patient and got a layup out of it.
7-4. Now Blake Egley from the corner left side misses, and pulling down the rebound is Jarrett Bailey. Broadnex goes right side to Bauman, back out front to Broadnex. Between the circles, he'll go left side on the pass to Ratliff. Ratliff high on the wing, hands it back to Jason Bailey. Now Charlie's giving him fits on defense, and Bailey lost his dribble. Looked like Bailey might have traveled. Now a three by Jason Bailey, and he misses, and the rebound comes away to Westview. Charlie's pass inside to Luke, gets out of the paint, and he's tripped up as he drives toward the basket. So we have foul on Garrett. That'll be their third team foul.
In for Garrett, 55, Jackson.
Mason Yoder, Brady Yoder will come in for Westview as Blake Egley and Lyndon Miller come out.
Well, kind of our instant offense has just been inserted into the game.
Mason gets the inbound pass from Charlie. Charlie in the corner, drives down the baseline and puts it up. Can't get it to go. Gould with the rebound. The outlet pass comes to Broadnex. He'll take it left side, spins, gives it in the corner. It'll go to Ratcliffe. Back to Broadnex, drives the baseline, pulls up, gives to Gould. Now they'll swing it around right side to Bauman. Bauman brings it back up front on the dribble. Drives the lane, and then passes it back to Bailey. Bailey drives to the free throw lane, picks up her free throw line rather, and gives the ball off to Bauman. His left side pass goes to Jarrett Bailey. He tries to drive, has it knocked away by Mason from behind, and Charlie comes up with a loose ball. Back to Mason right side. He'll put the shot up, and it's long, and the rebound's pulled down by Blake Ratcliffe of Garrett.
Good pull up that time, but that's a tough shot to hit, though, off the break. A bank shot right there is a little bit easier if you can master that.
Garrett with the basketball in the corner. They'll swing it back out front now to come to Jarrett Bailey. He's being double teamed inside to Gould. He puts it up off the glass too hard. Charlie with a rebound, but Ratcliffe got him from behind.
Garrett's getting some pretty good shots. They've had a couple of open threes, another inside shot there, just unable to convert.
Jackson Gould actually committed the foul. Number 55, the big guy. Coming in for Gould will be Trevor Armstrong, a 5'10 junior. So they lose Gould, 6'4". Lose some height there.
So what did you say, they brought in a 5'10"?
Yeah. Looks like Garrett, maybe you already said this, or looks like in a 2-3 zone. Shot, or the pass hit the rim and comes away to Garrett.
You're trying to lob there, but that pass wasn't available, and then when you hit it, throw it, hit the rim.
Now Brady commits a foul on a reach in, his first.
You can see it looks like we're fighting through some things out there. It's just a totally different atmosphere than last night. We're trying hard, we're playing hard. Things just aren't quite flowing yet.
Pass comes into Jarrett Bailey. He'll go deep in the corner to Bauman right side. Loses a handle, and Charlie picks up the ball on the steal. Mason Yoder now with the lead pass. He'll go to Brady Yoder on the baseline. He gets it out of trouble. He'll give out front to Drew Litweiler, and we're down to 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. And the Warriors will try for the last shot here. Charlie goes left side to Mason. 3 seconds. Now Charlie will pop a three from the top of the circle, and he hits. First three of the night for either team. So we played the first 8 minutes of basketball here at Garrett High School, and our score, Westview 10, Garrett 4. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
We're ready to begin the second quarter. Westview will inbound. They have the lead 10-4. Drew Litweiler brings it in to Charlie Yoder, and Charlie crosses the timeline. The Warriors moving to the basket to our left in this first half.
I think in the first half, Garrett, see, I'm not on my game tonight.
It wasn't that long ago.
Garrett was kind of in a partial man defense at least. This looks like more of a 2-3 matchup zone where they challenged the ball handlers out front.
He collapsed on Charlie, and then he gets fouled as he goes up for the basket, and I think Broadneck's hacked him.
Yeah, 12. What's 12? Bailey?
Yeah, one of the Baileys, Garrett Bailey.
He was in position that time to take a charge, and he turned his shoulder into Charlie as he came in there, so he called for the block instead.
First shot is good by Charlie. He'll get another. First foul on Broadneck's. 15 foul on Garrett. Charlie hits them both. Back comes Garrett now as Broadneck's has good defense by Brady Yoder, and on the other side was Mason, and caused the ball to go out of bounds, but it was off Brady, I guess.
Yeah, we've gone to our 1-2-2 kind of half-court trapping style defense. We played this a lot last night. A lot of times you go to this kind of defense just to make your guys work a little harder. They get into the flow a little better. Maybe you get a steal.
Ball stolen away right there. Charlie gives it to Brady. Misses, Charlie with a rebound miss, and we have a foul. Again, it's going to be Broadneck's picking up the foul.
Garrett foul, 35, Jake Broadneck.
So that will send. It was a shooting foul, I'm
sure.
Wasn't it?
Oh, they're going to call it on the ground?
Wow. Before the shot, huh?
Well, he was clearly in the shooting mode down there.
So Westview inbounding. Burkett has come into the ball game for Drew Litweiler. Lyndon Miller right side to Burkett. They'll go to Charlie now. Between the circles, now to Burkett. Left side to Mason Yoder.
One thing you want to do against the zone is drive to draw two and then kick it.
Charlie with it inside. Kicks it out to Brady, and he hits a three. Worked out pretty well there. 15-4.
Charlie's doing a nice job of splitting that top of that zone, and once he gets in that lane, there's lots of options for him.
Jason Bailey crosses the timeline, gives it right side to Jarrett Bailey. Now down on the baseline to Armstrong. Armstrong trapped in the corner. Tries to get it inside to Ratliff, and it's right through his wickets, and Westview comes back with it. Charlie Yoder takes it all the way to the hoop and puts it in. And we're going to have another timeout called by Garrett.
Yeah, they were yelling at Charlie to watch it because someone was coming from behind And he did, and, well, then there was no one in front of him.
So we'll take a timeout here as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Have you ever been unpleasantly surprised by a purchase and wish you had done more investigation before buying? Gold Key Home Inspections is here to help give you peace of mind about one of your largest investments, your home. Our inspectors are trained to expertly evaluate all aspects of your potential home and give you information to use in making an informed decision. Don't gamble on your future. Give Gold Key Home Inspections a call today to set up your appointment.
Blake Ratcliffe brings it into Broadnex. Jaden Broadnex passes to Jason Bailey, and now they get it across the timeline. Bailey with it. He's double teamed and trapped, and Charlie just snares it away from him from behind and puts up the right-handed layup. Charlie with 13 points now. 19-4 is our score.
Yeah, Garrett's struggling to even get it in scoring position right now. There, another turnover off of Five's leg and out of bounds.
Unforced turnover went through the hands of Blake Ratcliffe. Coming out of the ball game is Trevor Armstrong for Garrett. And back into the ball game is, let's see, number 20, I guess, Cale Ballman. Charlie with it out front, goes left side to Brady Yoder. Back now between the circles. They'll swing it all the way around to Mason. He drives a baseline pretty much wide open.
Yeah, that might be an indicator right there of Garrett and their defensive average of 62 points a game, which is pretty high for the style they play. But Broadnax was in position there, and he just moved out of the way.
Another steal, and Charlie dunks it.
Garrett's just kind of watching us go to the basket right now. I think their coach can't be real happy with their defensive effort, so he's going to call a timeout, try to set them straight.
23-4. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Hyde Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Hyde Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Hyde Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
After the timeout, Garrett brought it up, and we had a reach-in foul called on Westview.
On Ben, I believe.
Yep, it was Ben.
That was a nice dunk right before there by Charlie.
Yeah, that was the most.
That was a rim snapper.
Yeah, it was. he usually just kind of lays it over the rim, but that one was a good, solid.
Well, it's easier to pull it down from the front. He went in the front that time instead of on the side.
That's true. The lob comes into Broadnex off the inbound pass, misses his shot, puts it back up, misses, but he's fouled.
After every timeout, they do a pretty good job of getting him a good shot, but that's as far as it goes.
He hasn't been able to cash in so far. He's been held scoreless through the first quarter and a half now.
Dan mentioned a little bit ago, we've scored 16 straight points now.
16-0 run for Westview.
He said, they scored first, then we scored 7 in a row, then they scored another one, and we've scored 16 in a row, and now they broke the streak there with 1 free throw.
1 out of 2 for Broadnex. 23-5 Westview, and they have the basketball. Charlie Yoder between the circles, goes left side to Lyndon Miller. Lyndon, baseball pass over to Burkett. Back to Charlie on the wing left side. Pass Wasn't intended for Burkett, but he got it, and he puts it in from about 15 feet out.
Yeah, good to see Ben get back in the scoring column.
25-5 now. 4 minutes to go in the first half. And a steal. Brady's got a breakaway. He won't dunk it, but he lays it in.
Yeah, Brady's really good at anticipating. He saw the trap and he saw the guys. He read his mind, essentially, and stepped right in front of that pass.
27-5 now. 3:40 to go in the first half. With the ball out front is Jarrett Bailey. Tries to drive on Mason. Now he gets it to Broadnax. Broadnax between the circles out front. Trying to drive on Linden, can't do it. Gives it off left side to Ratliff. Ratliff will pull it back out front now in the dribble. He's being hounded on defense by Brady Yoder.
5-second call.
Yep.
Good effort that time by Brady.
In for Garrett, number 14, Trevor.
So we're getting some fresh blood in there.
Caleb Corey into the game.
Thought we brought 2 in, but I guess Linden's the only one that came out.
Okay, Linden came in as well.
Actually, I think Luke came in.
Or
Linden came to the bench. Yep. Luke. Yeah, it's hard to tell when the guys switch, when the twins switch.
This should be a good matchup for Caleb in there.
Shot by Brady off the baseline's no good. Charlie with a rebound. He misses underneath, and there's a battle for the ball. It's going to be a held ball right underneath the Westview basket. And on the alternating possessions, it'll go to Garrett.
Looks like Charlie got cracked on top of the head that time.
Yeah, he's holding his right eye shut, plus he's holding, he got it pretty good, it looks like.
Well, it was a little weird that his layup was so short, and he was relatively open, but from up here, it's kind of hard to get the depth perception.
Right. There's a trip. That's going to be called on Charlie as Jarrett Bailey tried to drive around him. And that for Charlie will be foul number 1. The 5th team foul on Westview. Jason Bailey will inbound just to the right of the scorer's bench. He's still looking, and he tries to get it in to Jarrett Bailey, and he can't do it. It's stolen, and Burkett with a breakaway layup.
Good catch and turn. That's a tough skill to catch it on the run, kind of over the shoulder football style almost, and then turn around and score. Know where you're at.
Broadnax between the circles goes left side on the pass to Ratliff. Ratliff gets it into the hands of Jason Bailey. He'll take it almost to the baseline and pulls it back out to Jarrett Bailey. Charlie Yoder on him. Down low to Broadnax, and he puts it in. That's his first field goal of the evening.
Yeah, that's the best shot he's got all night.
29-7, 1:52 to go in the first half. Blake Egley has it out front, high on the wing left side. He'll give it to Burkett, top of the circle. The right side pass comes to Luke Miller. Luke looks inside, gets Caleb Corey on the baseline, right back to Luke. Is good ball movement by Westview. They get it around left side now to Burkett, to Caleb Corey in the corner. Swinging around to Blake Egley for a long 3. Can't get it to go. But once again, Charlie with the offensive board. And he's rejected once, but he gets it back and puts it in.
Yeah, good determination that time. You've seen so many times this year, Charlie gets that second and third rebound off his own shots, and he did that time and finished.
17 now for Charlie. With the ball deep left side is Blake Ratliff. And tries to get a cross-court pass intended for Jarrett Bailey, but goes out of bounds into the Westview bench. So a turnover on Garrett. Almost said Garfield.
It would be understandable if you did.
Charlie has it stripped away from behind, and Garrett comes up with a steal. Trevor Armstrong with a steal. He get it to Broadnax.
Yeah, a little lackadaisical that time by Charlie, but they came out and triple teamed him at just past half court, which is kind of a shocking change in defense right there.
It was effective, but I don't think they get away with that all the time.
No, I'd say probably once.
Pass inside is intercepted by Egley as he stepped in and stole it. 31-7, 25 seconds to go in the first half. Westview with the commanding lead. Luke Miller with it. Outside, he'll go left side with it to Egley. Egley will bring it to between the circles and then go right to Burkett. Left side, it'll come now to Luke Miller. 5 seconds to go. Burkett hits Charlie. He'll put up a three, and he hits. And that will do it for the first half of basketball here at Garrett High School.
That gives him 20 and a three at the end of each quarter.
That's true. 34-7 is our halftime score. Westview leading Garrett. We'll be back with Jamie's halftime scoring right after this 60-second timeout.
In a school of only 400 students, thousands gather to watch them play. Welcome to Westview High School, a powerhouse in the middle of a cornfield.
Defense is very important down here.
It's not defense until you block out and go get the ball. It's not a defensive possession completed till you hit your man and one of our guys goes gets the basketball.
With Westview, that's what they want. Jason Yoder on the miss, Vance clears, and we have an offensive foul.
Big key was your defense.
That's been our key all year, and we saw on tape that Paoli hasn't played against the kind of the traps and the pressure that we use all the time, so we felt that we could hurt him with it.
We've got a good following. I don't care if we had a bad year or a good year. It just seems like we have a following. It's just a community. They just stick together.
Up in the midst of Amish country, and that you would see 60 or 70-some buggies at every home game, a strong Amish following, and look at the following they have here today.
You must work for 32 minutes. Make sure we work together. 5-man, we screen, we cut, we keep the ball high, and we pop the ball around. Less dribble, more pass.
Christer in trouble, finds the open man. Randy Miller at the buzzer.
Always play strong from the triple threat position. Wild shots are just like a turnover, and then you got an offensive rebound. Go get it and don't stop until we score. On the line, one step man side, one step ball side, and when that ball fires on a skip or reversal, you are going. Anticipate. Don't wait till the ball's above your head. Move. Be ready.
And now your roster and starting lineup for the Westview Warriors.
Guys, there are a lot of things you can do on a weekend. There isn't one thing that's going to be more fun than stepping out on that floor tonight. Make sure you leave everything on the floor. You play hard. Let's go. Work. One, two, three, work. Let's go.
The Westview Warriors, Class 2A state champions. One that's well deserved.
I missed 3 games since 1967. I just like the game. I'd give my left arm if I could play basketball today.
There's nothing in the water here, but there's something in the people, the players, the fans, the band, the whistler. These are the ingredients to a winning tradition and a spectacular view of basketball.
Back at Garrett High School, where at halftime Westview leads Garrett 34-7. That's right, 34-7. So great performance, especially in the second quarter for Westview. We started out a little slow, jumped out to a 10-4 lead after one quarter. It was actually 7-4 at one time, until we went to that 1-2-2 trap in the second quarter, and that really exposed some of Garrett's deficiencies, ball handling, and we outscored them in that quarter. What was it, 24-3? So let's take a look at the individual scoring for Garrett. Not a whole lot of it. 5'11" junior Blake Ratcliffe has a bucket for 2 points. Number 12, Jarrett Bailey, a 6'3 senior, has 2. A leading scorer and tallest guy on the floor out there, 6'5 senior Jaden Broadnax, has a field goal and 1 free throw for 3 points total. For Westview, a lot of guys in the scoring column tonight, not a lot of balance. Charlie has had a very strong game. He's got a powered dunk, a 3-pointer at the end of each quarter, and a lot of in-between stuff. He's got 2 3-pointers, 5 field goals, 4 free throws for a total of 20 at halftime. Ben Burkett has come off the bench and has 2 nice moves, ended up with 4 points. Mason Yoder added 2 points off a nice baseline drive. Lyndon Miller's got 2, Drew Litweiler has 1, and Brady Yoder came in and drilled a 3-pointer, and he's got a nice layup off a steal for a total of 5 points. So again, Charlie with 20, Ben with 4, Mason with 2, Lyndon with 2, Drew with 1, and Brady Yoder with 5. So Jerry, there's not a whole lot else to say except it was complete and utter domination on both ends of the court.
Definitely. Westview is coming off that win last night with Fairfield with not much of a letdown at all.
No, I think it took us about 3 to 4 minutes maybe to kind of find ourselves a little bit. We were playing hard. It just, you know how some days are, they just don't go your way.
Right.
And so we got that out of our system. Started playing better by the end of the first quarter. Charlie hit that big 3 to end the quarter. And then we went to a 1-2-2 trapping half-court type defense, and that really just opened the floodgates. And it was one turnover after another, and it just ballooned from a 6-point game to what, 27-point game.
Yeah.
So Caleb got in there beyond. That's usually he sticks with an 8-man rotation. Caleb got in there to make it 9. I would anticipate the other positions are eagerly salivating, ready to get in the game.
I wouldn't doubt it with this kind of lead at halftime.
Yeah, I would think we'll probably come out with our starters, play them, providing things go well, play them for, 3-4 good minutes, and then turn it over to some of the other guys. Maybe they don't get a lot of time. So, but that's the coach in me speaking. I cannot predict the future, so I don't know what's going to go on.
It was a tough game over at Fairfield last night. I mean, we beat them pretty soundly, but it was a hard-fought battle. The kids hustled, and I would think that it wouldn't hurt to give them a little bit of a break tonight.
Yeah, I agree. It was we had to play really hard to win that game. We won it seemingly comfortable, but it never felt comfortable.
No.
There was
even
a lot of
toward the
runs
end, Fairfield got on a run and cut it down to about, 11 at one time or 13 maybe, but just seemed like it just couldn't get quite over the hump.
We mentioned Caleb Corey. I was going to bring this story up last night, and I just completely forgot about it. But 2 years ago in that Fairfield gym, I was coaching the freshman team, and we played an undefeated Fairfield freshman team there. And I think we were down 3 with something like 30 seconds to go. We got a steal and got it to 1. And somehow I think they missed a free throw. Long story short, Caleb Corey from the left side down there hit a 15-footer at the buzzer to win by 1 point. So I think it was 24-23, and that was a neat moment for him and for his parents to do that.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I think it was Fairfield's only loss of the season. They had a really good, really strong freshman group that year, and so
good for him.
Yep, those are memories that stick with you.
So there have been a couple of presentations here tonight to former athletes, I believe, at Garrett High School. So it's lengthening out our halftime a little bit. The players are probably ready to come out on the court after this is over. They honored 2 individuals, it looks like, and they're wrapping that up now with some photography here with some pictures of the 2.
Yeah, I saw a few numbers retired up on the wall here, basketball-wise. I don't think this is the same thing by any means, but it would be interesting to know.
Well, I remember they did the same thing during our game a couple of years ago when we were down here, so it must be this game that they honor former athletes at halftime.
Well, there's some of the padded chairs. They should have ended up here.
That's right. We've got the good old standard metal folding chair.
We'll have to negotiate a little harder next year.
Especially after sitting in the through a doubleheader last night.
Yeah, this is nicer though than a wooden bleacher.
That's true.
And I didn't notice. Was that the first year that they've had the bleachers?
The new bleachers
bleachers
at Fairfield.
Okay.
Well, yeah, as far as I know now.
Because I was there 2 years ago and I didn't notice them, but I don't know about last year. So.
No, I think that's the first game at Fairfield that I haven't lost my drink under the bleachers. So I know every year.
So a massive improvement.
Well, there's my
yeah,
Pepsi
that was where
the
back of your seat was open.
Right.
So yeah, I remember that. And then you're afraid to go under those metal bleachers, and all the supports look like scissors, just ready to crush you.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it was a lot brighter over there too. I think I brought that up in the basketball game. Yeah,
definitely seemed brighter. I thought it seemed louder, but
yeah,
maybe it was just the band. It's hard to believe it. Taking metal bleachers out and putting wood in would make it louder, but regardless.
Westview has come out onto the basketball court. Garrett is now emerging from their locker room, and we'll be back in 60 seconds to bring you the second half of this ball game. Westview out to a very comfortable lead after the first 16 minutes. It's Westview 34 and Garrett 7. Back after this.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
And we're back at Garrett High School. Good to have you along tonight. Sorry we couldn't bring you live video, but you can watch this game if you desire within the next few days. Meantime, both teams have returned to their bench, and we're getting set just in a few minutes to start this second half of play here. Westview leads it 34-7. Next basketball game will be next Friday night. Not that far from here, over at Butler, Indiana, where we'll take on the East Side Blazers. And then the following day over at Gary Roosevelt. The Warriors will travel over there for a matinee game. And we'll have details. We'll put those on our website on times.
That'd be neat to have a big crowd over there at Gary Roosevelt, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Westview inbounding to begin the second half. Charlie Yoder takes it left side to Blake.
Looks like Garrett is in a zone defense.
Linden down to Drew on the baseline. Westview returns to second half action with the same lineup they had to start this ball game. Blake Egley, Charlie Yoder, Drew Litweiler, and the Miller twins.
Good discipline so far by Westview here. We've had some open shots out there, but again, we want to get great shots. Go inside out, and we haven't really got it in the lane yet. There we did just a little bit, and Drew got fouled.
Ratliff picks up his first foul. The lob comes in from Luke Miller to Charlie. He gives it right back to Luke, and he has it batted away. And coming out with the basketball is Broadnex.
Looks like he could have had a nice pass to Drew that time, but didn't see him.
Jumper is no good by Jarrett Bailey, and the rebound is brought down by Luke Miller. He'll get it to Charlie. He'll take the shot just left of the free throw line. No good, but Blake Egley with a rebound. He'll get it to Drew Litweiler, chases it down, takes it into the paint, puts it up on the runner. No good. Charlie with the offensive board, and the putback is good.
You know, as big a lead as we have tonight, we probably missed 6 or 7 little bunnies in there.
Yeah, we have.
So it could be a lot worse.
Broadnex brings it up across the timeline. He'll go left side with it to Jason Bailey. Now right side of Broadnex for a long three. It's well short, and it's grabbed by Blake Egley to Charlie. Charlie behind the back dribble. Takes it to the right wing and then gives off to Lyndon Miller, and we have a traveling violation.
Yeah, I think they called that.
Lyndon hit the floor pretty hard underneath the basket as he drove and got tripped up, shaking it off. Like he might have hurt his wrist a little bit.
Lyndon may have to take a three out there just to show him he can do it, because they're really giving him
plenty
of
wide
room
open
to shoot. One thing to watch here is Broadnex. He likes crossing the ball over right in front of him, and with Luke's hands, it's just a matter of time.
Shot no good by Jason Bailey off the base or off the baseline. And a foul on Jackson Gould, his third of the night. Charlie brings it up, dishes it off right side. Wide open is Lyndon, and he takes a 15-footer, and it's good off the right side.
Yeah, they're really good in that range. There's the crossover, and there's the steal.
You called it. Luke is fouled from behind. That's number 4 now on Gould, as he comes down with a hack as Luke went for the layup. 38-7 is our score. Westview with the lead. 5 minutes and 46 seconds to go in this ball in the third quarter. Luke Miller.
According to our statistician, that is a 10-point run now for Westview.
Now 11 with the free throw. Luke hits. Oh, free throw made to, yeah. And Luke hits them both. 40-7. Westview with a pretty comfortable lead here. Cale Ballman.
Jerry, the master of the understatement. But what else do you say? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That time he did a better job crossing over behind him or to the side rather than right in front of him. He learned his lesson pretty quick.
Next. Yeah. Ball comes back the other way now. Lyndon Miller takes it into the paint, gives off. Drew's wide open underneath, and seems like when we get the ball, the defense just, okay, well, we'll give them the basket.
The holes in that zone right now are big enough to drive a truck through.
It's unbelievable. 42-7. Garrett Bailey with it. He'll go left side. The long three is good by Jason Bailey, and that's their first three of the night.
And they're going to a little half-court pressure here. Looks like they'll do that after they score.
Charlie Yoder tries to feed it inside, and it's deflected and stolen by Blake Ratcliffe. He'll get it to Broadnex. Broadnex spins, puts it off the glass, and good. I think you're right. You made the statement during halftime that Broadnex does look like he has a lot of potential there, and he showed it on that move to the basket. Got a lot of athletic ability, but we pretty much shut him down tonight. Ball lost out of bounds by Drew Litweiler. It looked like he might have been fouled, or it was knocked possibly off his body as he went in for the shot.
Yeah, I think Drew was hoping for a foul there, but with a 30-point lead, I think the refs looked at him and said, not tonight.
Yeah. Ball deflected out of bounds. Westview will retain, or rather Garrett will retain possession. Jason Bailey will inbound it for Garrett. He'll bounce pass it into Broadnex in the corner, and he'll pop a three from there. Misses, and a long rebound is grabbed by Ratliff out front. He'll get it to Ballman. Ballman, a lob inside of Broadnex. He's double teamed, turns around, spin moves no good on a jumper, and it's pulled down by Lyndon Miller. Lyndon almost has his pocket pick. Good job by Lyndon getting back and grabbing that basketball before Broadnex could get to it. Dishes it inside to Litweiler, and Drew with a nice shot off the glass, and he'll be fouled, and a chance for the three-point play.
Well, we righted ourselves a little bit there. We had a few possessions in a row that, if you compare them to the rest of the night, were fairly shaky.
Yeah.
Bad shot, a turnover, give up a layup. Yeah,
Curtis Davis is into the ball game, a senior. Also coming back in is Brady Yoder as Drew completes the three-point play. Drew now with 6. Charlie leading the way for Westview with 22. With the ball left side is Jason Bailey. Takes it into the paint, has it rejected on the shot attempt by Charlie Yoder, and it goes out of bounds. It will belong to Westview. Luke Miller will trigger it in for the Warriors. He'll get it into Charlie Yoder, who advances it across the 10-second stripe. Goes left side with it in the corner to Davis. Davis drives it down the baseline and then dishes it to Luke Miller, and he lays it in. (47-12). 2:50 to go in the third quarter. Blake Ratcliffe holding out front for Garrett. He'll give it off to Jason Bailey. Bailey goes right side to Jarrett Bailey. To Cale Bauman, and now to Jason Bailey. Back out front, it'll go to Ratliff. They'll go right side with it to Bauman. Bauman tries to drive on Litweiler. He'll pass it left side to Jason Bailey. Bailey gives it into Jarrett Bailey. No good, but tipped in by Broadnecks. 7 now for Broadnecks. He has half of his team's points. 47-14. That was Luke Miller with a jumper just inside the free throw line. And it's good. Luke now with 6. 49-14, minute 52 seconds to go in the third quarter. With the ball out front, Ratliff, he goes right side with it to Jarrett Bailey. He'll put it on the floor. Has it deflected into the hands of Brady Yoder. Pass ahead to Charlie Yoder, and he lays it in.
I always thought that was a, well, if you'd have missed it, I think, yeah, if they slapped the backboard or hit the rim or net of any kind, it's supposed to be goaltending.
That's what I thought.
First half, there was one of those too with either Luke or Linden, but they didn't call it.
Cale Bauman with it, and gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay in the possession of Garrett. Trevor Armstrong coming in for Garrett, coming out Jason Bailey. Minute 16 to go in the third quarter. Pass comes in to Trevor Armstrong. He'll recross the timeline. He works it between the circles, takes it right, picks up his dribble, and then gives off to Cale Bauman. Bauman out front to Broadnecks. Left side to Trevor Armstrong. Blake Ratcliffe. Broadnecks has it stripped away, and now we're going to should have a technical. It's definitely
intentional foul. Yeah, they call it intentional foul.
Definitely a push as Broadnecks let his temper get the best of him there. I mean, it's got to be frustrating for these kids to get a beat down like this. This is just unbelievable.
Well, yeah, on your home court, and he's been hounded by Luke the entire night.
51-14. It's an intentional foul on Broadnecks. Yeah, I mean, it's I hate to say this, but you can't blame the kid. I mean,
that's the first fight they've shown all night.
Right. That's true. I mean, yeah.
Really, I mean, they have potential out there. They just not seeing the fight that you would like to see out of kids to compete on each possession. And even if you're out talented a little bit, you can give great effort every time. And
right. So Broadnecks picks up the foul, well, the technical foul. And Westview will inbound now. Luke hit one of two of his free throws. 52-14 is our score. Westview with the basketball. 40 seconds. And Westview will spread it out, trying to take the last shot of this quarter. Charlie with it out front. Now he'll cross it over to Luke Miller. Back to Charlie. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Charlie with it out front again. High in the corner, right side.
10 seconds to go.
Driving Charlie, and he goes up for the shot, and his hand was held down, so he'll get a couple of free throws with 6.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Charlie's free throw is good. So let's see, he's got 25 now. Second shot, good. 54-14. Westview. Shot at the buzzer, hits the front of the rim. And we played 3 quarters of basketball now from Garrett High School. Our score, Westview 54, Garrett 14. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204. We're back, getting set for fourth quarter action. Westview leading 54-14. Garrett inbounding the basketball to begin the quarter. Jacob Mullergick is in the ball game as Garrett has, that's his first action of the night. Charlie Yoder, looks like most of the starters in there. And we have a traveling violation now on Charlie in the paint underneath the Westview basket. We've got Drew Litweiler and Charlie, I guess, are the only original starters in there for Westview. We got Burkett, and we've got Mason Yoder and Brady Yoder. With the ball is Cale Ballman. Ballman dishes it left side to Jarrett Bailey. Bailey goes out front to Jacob Mullergick. Malargic. I think that's the way you pronounce it. M-O-L-A-R-G-I-K. Stolen. Litweiler with a breakaway, and he puts it in.
Nice play that time by Drew. He didn't really have the angle, but he hesitated and
was able to complete the play.
Yep, found enough room to get it in there.
With the ball is Ballman out front. He'll hand it off to Jarrett Bailey. Bailey drives it, then gives off left side in the corner to Ballman. Ballman feeds it to Armstrong. He's working on Burkett. Drives it in, bounce passes it right side to Gould. Gould tries to drive on Litweiler. Does. Puts it up strong off the glass and good.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice move that time.
Yeah, it was for the big guy.
Yeah, he had the size advantage and used his body nicely that time.
But I don't understand why, you know, they haven't done that earlier in the game. Shot from three by Brady is good from the left side. Brady's second three of the night. He has 8 on the evening. 59-16. Jarrett Bailey with the basketball for Garrett. And stolen away by Charlie Yoder to Brady. Brady puts it in. The basket will count, and he's fouled.
Had to stand up finally. I can't
sit any longer.
I craned my neck long enough looking over that railing.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I'm going to be 5'10" tomorrow instead of 5'9", which isn't all that bad.
Charlie comes out of the ball game. Davis in for Westview. Also, Caleb Corey back in. Now Drew Miller checks into the ball game for Westview. So we've got Drew Miller, Mason Yoder,
Ben Burkett.
Yep, and Caleb Corey and Davis.
Curtis Davis.
Yep. 62-16 is our score. 5:38 to go in this ball game. With the ball is Cale Ballman. He'll drive it, go right side in the corner to Jarrett Bailey, and he hits a three. 62-19. Ben Burkett brings it up for Westview. Over the timeline, gives to Mason Yoder. Mason, left side of Drew Miller. Drew back out front to Mason. Now to Drew. Now working around the perimeter. The inside to Drew. Back to Burkett. Left side to Mason. Underneath Davis. Looking for a pass. Gets it back out to Mason. Now to Drew. He'll put up a three, and it's going to be short. Battle for the basketball. Held ball underneath the Westview basket. It'll stay in the possession of the Warriors.
When you come cold off the bench, it's a good idea to get in the flow and get in the lane, get a layup.
Yeah, Davis, I think, might have had one under there, but he was unselfish, gave up the basketball. Burkett will inbound for Westview underneath their own basket off to the right. 4:51 to go in this ball game. Burkett looking to inbound. He'll lob it out front to Mason Yoder. Mason, right wing, goes up top to Davis. Curtis Davis, now to Ben Burkett. To Drew Miller. Bounce pass, top of the circle to Caleb Corey. Inside pass to Drew. Little jumpers off the mark, but rebounded by Caleb Corey. Curtis Davis inside Mason, and he puts it up on the scoop.
Nice move by Mason there.
Nice scoop shot from underneath. 64-19, 4:20 to go. Three in the air is going to be off the mark. Good battle by Caleb trying to get that rebound away from Gould. Goes out of bounds. It's last touch by Caleb. It'll be Garrett basketball. Inbounding will be Keel Ballman. Blake Egley coming back in as Ben Burkett will come out.
Well, this is a good opportunity. These guys that are in the game, Drew, Caleb, Curtis, they don't get a lot of playing time. Get out there and show the fans, show the coaches what you can do.
Exactly. This is what they've been waiting for. Gould hits from inside the paint. His fourth point. Bounce pass to Corey, to Blake. Blake with a two, and it's going to be short. And knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Westview. It'll be Garrett basketball.
Westview is in the bonus. We haven't committed one foul this half.
No, I noticed that. Zero, a big goose egg on the scoreboard.
I wonder if that's going to be some kind of record.
That's unbelievable. With the ball is Bailey, Jason Bailey. He'll take it down the lane and feed off left side to Gator. Tyler Gator into the ball game, and he hits a shot. 64-23. Drew Miller with it out front between the circles. Bounce passes it to Caleb Corey at the free throw line. Right to Davis, now to Blake. Davis in the corner right side. He'll give it to Blake Egley. Blake, side to Drew Miller. Back to Davis. Now to Caleb Corey. His shot is off the mark. Chased down by Tyler Gator of Garrett. The lead pass comes ahead to Jason Bailey. He'll feed Gould, then left side it'll go to Bauman for three, and it's long, and we have a foul that's going to be called on Drew Miller.
Yeah, when you close out, you can't come out under control. I'm not sure if they're going to call that three or if... Yep, they're going to call it on the shot. I thought they might call it after he hit the ground.
So it's going to be a three-shot foul coming for Garrett after the timeout. There's going to be a 30-second timeout. 64-23 is our score. 2:45 to go. We haven't really had any commercials here, or very many, so let's go to a 30-second break. We'll be back right after this.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
After the timeout, Keel Bauman at the free throw line for Garrett. His shot is in the air, no good. He'll get one more.
I think that timeout there was to kind of send a message like, come on, guys. You're in the game. You want to play. You're not going to give up layups. You're not going to commit stupid fouls.
Right.
Do what you're supposed to do.
That's what it looked like. It was just like a, yep.
Yeah, you know,
their
it
attention.
doesn't matter where you're at on the team. You need to come in and follow what we do.
Caleb Corey brings down the rebound on the missed free throw. He'll give it to Mason. Mason to Curtis Davis as Garrett's applying some pressure, and Mason will break it himself. Tries to get it to Caleb Corey, and it's deflected into the Westview bench.
Garrett going with a 2-1-2 full court press, down 40.
Well, they're 5-point run for Garrett. That's what Dan said. Davis inside to Mason. He'll drive to the basket, put it up and in. Once again, they bang on that glass.
Yeah, nice explosive move that time by Mason.
Cale Ballman, left side. He'll go up top now. It'll go to Malargic. He'll drive, put it up on a runner. No good. Gould battles for it and grabs it, the big guy, for Garrett. He'll give it to Gator. Gator out front. It'll come to Jason Bailey. Now into the hands of Ballman. Ballman feeds underneath. The shot's no good by Malargic. Driving and putting it up is Gator, and he is fouled. The basket doesn't go, but he's fouled, and he'll be shooting 2.
What's that, 55, his name?
Gould. Jackson Gould. Yeah.
He's a load out there. He sets a screen, and you
you feel it.
You got to go around it.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah, Curtis got cracked pretty good that time.
Curtis's first foul of the game. They're going to bring Gould out, and Westview players are probably thinking good.
About time, huh?
Yeah. Brandon Lehman comes in for Westview now.
See, he's just a sophomore, so he should develop pretty nicely.
Shot out the front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Curtis Davis. He'll give it to Mason Yoder. To Davis. Davis, pretty good ball handler. Good tennis player, we know that. Drew Miller now with it. He'll give it to Mason way out front. And Westview will spread it out. Minute 15 to go in the ball game. Westview 66. Garrett 24 now, a steal. Jason Bailey drives the baseline, and he's fouled by Mason. According to statistician Dan Byler, Garrett is 2 for 7 for the whole game in this, from the free throw line in this ball game. Shot is short.
Make that 2 for 8.
Jason Bailey. Yep.
I'd like to see their overall shooting stats tonight. I mean, when you've scored 24 points.
Oh, yeah, it's horrific. Second shot is good. 66-25, Westview with the lead. 60 seconds to go in the ball game. Drew Miller gets it up with a baseball pass. Now Mason Yoder inside to Davis. Davis feeds Brandon Lehman. He misses. Tipped up, no good by Corey. And a battle as Corey gets into it with Garrett. And it's going to be Garrett basketball on the alternating possession. 48.5 seconds to go in the ball game. Garrett inbounding. Tyler Gator picks it up, drives it into the paint, gets into all kinds of trouble and gives it off to number 13, who I don't have on my roster here. Now out front will come to Jason Bailey. Bounce pass right side to Tyler Gator. Gator will put up a 3. It's no good, and the rebound's pulled down by Caleb Corey. Outlet pass to Mason Yoder. Now to Drew Miller. Back to Mason. Mason crosses the timeline.
He's in no man's corner there.
It's almost like he was waiting for the Garrett guy to come over and double team him. Give him more of a challenge.
Well, that's okay if you haven't used your dribble up yet, because then you can split it. But
that's true. Brandon Lehman now. He'll get it to Mason. Underneath, Caleb Corey hits a shot right underneath the basket on the pass from Mason. 2 seconds. Last shot of the game is going to be no good by Tyler Gator. And this game comes to a merciful end. I tell you, 68-25 is our final score from Garrett High School tonight. The Westview Warriors improve their record to 11-3 and go 6-1 in the conference. Garrett slips to 2-13 overall and 1-5 in the Northeast Corner Conference. We'll be back to take a quick look at scoring and wrap it up right after this timeout.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Back at Garrett High School, where Westview has just defeated Garrett 68-25. Just a, ho-hum 43-point win. I think I got my math right there. Westview was led tonight by Charlie Yoder with 26 points, 20 in the first half. Ben Burkett, 4 points. Mason ended up with 6. Lyndon Miller had 4. Drew Litweiler added 8. 7 of those in the second half. Luke Miller added 7. Brady Yoder added 10. And Caleb Corey got a bucket there with 10 seconds to go to get on the scoreboard for 2 points for Garrett. Jansen Bailey had 4. Tyler Gator had 2. Blake Ratcliffe had 2. Jarrett Bailey had 5. Kyle Ballman had 1. Jaden Broadnax had 7, their leading scorer, and Jason Gould had 4. So nobody in double figures for Garrett. They had 25 points total. You wouldn't really expect that they would.
No, that's right.
So just a dominating performance. The fourth quarter, the score was relatively even, 14-11 in Westview's favor, but the first quarter was 10-4, second quarter 24-3, third was 20-7, and the fourth was 14-11, 68-25. Who did what we needed to do.
Yeah, we won. Got another victory or win in the column in the conference and overall. As I mentioned, 11-3 now for the Warriors and 6-1 going into another conference game next week at Eastside. That'll be our next stop over at Butler to take on the Eastside Blazers. And they're, let's see, we have their record here somewhere. Eastside is 5-8 overall and 1-4 in the Northeast Corner Conference. And they didn't play tonight, so that would be right up to date.
Yeah, I don't think I could give you any other scores tonight either, because this game's over at 8:30, and that's.
Yeah, let's see. Hamilton's the only other game that we have in our conference anyway. Hamilton and Bethany are doing battle, so that might be a good game, but
should be pretty even.
Yeah, it should be. So that's going to do it for tonight from Garrett High School. Once again, our final score: Westview handling the Garrett Railroaders rather easily. 68-25 is our final score here tonight. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka, featuring nightly specials and, of course, a delicious buffet. Hyde Auto Body, US 20 West in LaGrange. Also by Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. By Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. Also by Dale's Dependable Handyman Service. Dale is the right man for the job. By Freedom Finish Works at Topeka, your local source for powder coating. Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka, their passion is protecting yours. By Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also by Lake City Bank with over 50 branches in northern and central Indiana. Also by Topeka Clinic, introducing Yana Schenkel, certified nurse midwife, now accepting appointments. And our halftime show and gold sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales, just south of US 20 on County Road 075 North in Shipshewana. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Dan and Dawn Byler, and Jim and Liz Stump. For Jamie Miller, our statistician tonight, Dan Byler, and for our engineer, Justin Geigler, and our cameraman, Chris Mast, this is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everybody.